Hi, welcome to Everything is Awesome, number 50. In this episode, we're going to talk about the Nerdist. The Nerdist is awesome, just one of my favorite things. Limitless entertainment for me, so much joy. It's the thing I turn to on a bad day when I really, really need a laugh. Let's break it down for you. This is what the Nerdist is. The Nerdist, actually, is a person. His name is Chris Hardwick. In early 2010, he decided to get it together with his buddies Matt Myra and Jonah Ray, both comedians. All three of them are comedians, actually. And they decided to do a podcast. They decided this because Chris had just been kind of pooped on by the entertainment industry, and he wanted to make his own thing that nobody can control and nobody else can tell him what to do. Just like what we're all doing here on YouTube. Well, what we're trying to do. And he did it. And it was great. And it started to catch on. And it started to roll. And it started to grow bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Up till today. Today, the Nerdist Industry is sitting at 19 different podcasts and its own YouTube network. It's the ultimate entertainment entrepreneur story. A person just started doing a thing because they wanted to do it. Started doing it with their friends because it was wonderful. Just kept doing it because it was fun, and some fans started to catch on. After a while, it became big. After a little bit more than that, it became huge. And it's still growing. It's never going to stop. They have a show that airs on BBC America a few times a year. They travel around the country doing live shows and podcasts. It's a never-ending, never-stopping juggernaut of hilarity. Let me break you in on something here. This stuff is otherworldly funny. And there's something for everybody. Like I said, there's 19 different podcasts. Here, let me break it down. Here's just a few so that you can understand how vast and how ever-encroaching, might not be the word there, ever-encompassing, ever-encompassing it is. There's the original Nerdist podcast, which is still on there. I think there's 2 a week of that. One where they have a guest, and one that they call Hostful, which is just the 3 guys sitting around talking. And you wouldn't think that's very entertaining, but they're all super funny. And just 3 guys riffing is some of the funniest things I've ever heard. It's amazing. Okay, original Nerdist. There is, if you were a youngin', there's the Mutant Season. It is a podcast run by, I want to say, 8-year-old. I think he's 8. And it's by a kid for kids. Completely family friendly. He just talks about things that he thinks is cool, interviews people who he thinks have cool jobs, artists, actors, writers, people he loves. For the adults, there's the Sex Nerd Sandra podcast, and it's exactly what it sounds like. Sandra Doherty is a sex teacher and counselor, is what I'm going to say. It's probably a better way to say it, but that's what I'm going with. And she makes it fun, and it's light, and it's basically just breaking down stereotypes, and they talk about everything from super hardcore stuff to kissing and flirting and dating and light stuff. And the entire time, it's funny. The entire time. Then there's things like Pop My Culture and Big Pop Fun, and they just talk about pop culture. There's the Comic Book Club, and I don't think I have to explain what that's about. There's the Indoor Kids, which is about video games, entirely about video games. It's everything. And then, okay, let's go to the YouTube now. The YouTube is just as big. They just got done with a season entirely about bowling, called Chris Hardwick's All-Star Celebrity Bowling. And that was great. They're going to have a show with Neil Patrick Harris and puppets. They're going to have Neil deGrasse Tyson. If you don't know who that is, look it up. Super amazing scientist. He's gonna. It's gonna be Star Talk with Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's gonna just talk about science and heavenly bodies. I mean, I haven't seen the show yet; it's not out. So, but they have that. Things that are out now. Indoor Kids has its own show along with the podcast. They have a thing called 4 Points, which covers 4 different points of news that maybe weren't entirely touched on and are expanded in a way only they can do it. Like I said, these are all funny. These are all entertaining. Uh, you're already trolling YouTube for kitten pictures and nut shots anyway. So why don't you look up something you might learn something, you might really laugh, you might really enjoy, you might discover. Look up Nerdist. I'm going to have the website here where you can find the podcasts, and I'm going to have YouTube right here where you can find all the videos. And between the two, you should be completely covered for a very long time. I know I have. This has been Everything is Awesome. I am excited about this. You should be too. Remember, there's too much negativity on the internet. Let's stay positive. Stay happy. Stay awesome. Alright, hit the button. Bye!